Hello and welcome to this review of Crown Russe Gin. Okay, this was introduced in 1990, only 1990, whereas the Crown Russe Vodka was introduced in 1940. Currently it's a Sazerac brand. It says right here, produced by Sazerac Company, Frankfort, Kentucky. Distilled from grain. It's 80 proof. It says finest gin made. Yeah, I don't know about that. But if you're going to make a statement, at least go all out, right? Have the supreme audacity. Interesting things though, you'll see Crown Russe vodka pretty much everywhere in Louisiana. I didn't say it was a good vodka. I bought a bottle once just to see what it was like. But I mean, I didn't like it, but honestly, I don't really like vodka, so pay no mind to my evaluation of that. Maybe I can get a taste for it in 20 years. But, so, I knew about the vodka. Used to be in a dark red with gold trim. Same design. The ribbon, like it's won a medal or something. The crown. Then they went to bright red about 5 years ago. Okay, so everybody has it. All the bars in New Orleans have it. If you order something made with vodka, order a Bloody Mary, they're going to use Crown Russe. You got to ask for better stuff. It's a, like I say, Sazerac brand, which is a New Orleans company. But the gin, that's kind of rare. So I went to, I saw this guy at one of the salesmen for Republic National Distributing. He said they only sell it at one place he knew of, which was Star on Louisiana Highway 49 in Kenner, Louisiana. I had seen it in there in the big plastic 1.75 liter jugs. I didn't really want that. I prefer the glass. Sounds a lot better than a thud. Looks nicer. Okay, so I just mentioned this to the, and I want to give a big bunch of thanks to the manager of Matherns here in this town, in St. John the Baptist Parish. I said, I just asked him a question. I said, does Republic National distribute Crown Russe vodka? Yes, yeah, they do. He said, why, you trying to order something? And I didn't really want to mention, I was kind of embarrassed, you know, I don't want to bother him with stuff, but he said, I said, yeah, Crown Russe Gin. Oh, I could, he said, don't call them because the receptionist is going to tell you they don't have it. And they're not going to know she's not going to know what she's talking about. But I had to give her credit, I've had the receptionist, whoever it is manning the phone at the time, in the past refer me to their brand, one of their brand coordinators who did give me good information about a brand. But so I said, okay. So he contacts the guy on his phone and he says, oh yeah, they have it and we can get it in like 5 days. I said, okay. I said, how much is it going to cost? I don't know. He said, I don't know. He said, like $7.99. I said, well, that's the most I'll pay. Okay, because I knew they got the Taka gin, same company, Sazerac. They got Taka gin at Walmart for $5, which honestly is a very unusually low price. It's usually about $7.50, $6.99, $6.50, $7.50. So it comes in and he tells me it's $7.49. I said, I'll take it. I wasn't going to pay. I told him before he ordered it, I said, I'm not going to go over $7.99. Okay, all right. $7.49 plus tax. Okay. He said, well, tell me what you think. What you think about it? I said, I will. And I was going to wait and chill it and all, but I feel like I owe it to him because most store managers, they're busy and they're just going to tell you, we don't have that. And they'll move on to something else. They're not going to make a special order for you. So I really appreciated it. Never had it. I've had the Crystal Palace from Sazerac. I've had the Taka and the Mims. The Taka was the best. The Crystal Palace was the worst. The Mims was mid-range, but it wasn't horrible. They also acquired the Fleischmann's gin, which is the oldest American brand of gin. Since 1870, they acquired all the assets of Fleischmann's. And you might know about Fleischmann's yeast. If you go to the baking department in any of your local store, you'll see the Fleischmann's yeast. But anyway, interesting. I said, I'm going to get it because it's just not something I see in this bottle configuration, certainly. All right, did some more research reading, studying the Sazerac website, which can literally take an entire day if you're just doing one class of liquor or wine. They were saying that they use, and they have a huge portfolio of gin. I mean, it's something to see. And they have a bottle shot of each bottle configuration, which is something to look at. And they said all their gins are based on 6 recipes, okay? So I was thinking, they just take the same stuff and bottle it. That's all the same. Wrong. I looked at their nutritional facts, which they've got for every item they own. They're not the same. Different grams of fat, different alcohol levels, etc. So each one of those gins come from or developed from 6 different recipes. And the main one is the Fleischmann's, right? 1870, then they extrapolated it from that. So, shows you what you know or you don't know. Very fine alcohol legs here. There's a rim around it, and somebody asked me, what's alcohol legs? That's the drip. But honestly, there's not even a drip here. It's almost like a little wave, and the legs within the wave. They're not individual little. They're starting to develop now, so that's something to see. Now they're coming out a little bit. Open the window. So the Mims was nice. The Taka was quite nice. The Crystal Palace was tolerable. Wasn't as bad as I drank on it. Started to show some quality. That's their lowest brand around here. Mostly sold in convenience stores, but popular. It's a strong alcohol nose, okay? So it's just like strong, like William Kepley said, antiseptic. There's that. So the botanicals, I think with the Mims and it's even more so the Taka, you get more botanicals, more of the juniper berry, the various spices. This one's more of like straightforward alcohol. I don't know. Clear as a bell. Well, they're all going to be clear like that. Most of them. There used to be a ancient bottle gin from Seagram's that was golden, but that's no longer produced. There's botanicals, but they're very mild. I'd like to know which. They're not going to tell you. I mean, maybe they would if you called them, but which of the 6 recipes is this based on? But I would say it must be the mildest. So mild, it's. The Crystal Palace was harsh. The Mims was a little dull, and the Taka was pretty abundant with the pepper and the juniper berries and the different menthols and the evergreen and fir trees, northern fir trees. So that was pretty exotic, really. But this is so mellow. There's some peppermint, even some schnapps type thing. Maybe some white pepper. A little anise. It's super mellow though. I mean, if you want a gin. Now if you're looking for bold, it's coming at you, like a bull in a china shop. This is not going to be it. But if you're looking for something that's really mellow, I wouldn't say dull though, just mellow. It doesn't taste like industrial or cheap or garbage, but mellow, just mellow. This could work. This would be a good introductory gin for those who aren't keen on it. Now it doesn't have the lemon. The Seagram's had that lemony character, and the Seagram's Distilled's Reserve Gin has an even more lemony character, even more elevated character. But I can see that this could really work for you. It's working for me. I'm going to go get something here. Try to see if that changes it. I'm going to put the ice cubes in it. I don't know. So I was going to do a separate chilled video, but I'm like, nah, people are going to complain. You're doing stuff with products that aren't worthy of it. You might get this in your area. It might be abundant in your area. I don't know. It's not common here. People looked at me with an odd look. Crown Russe Gin? Everybody knows Crown Russe vodka here. I mean, it's, like I say, ubiquitous. And the most popular vodka in Louisiana, to my knowledge, is the Taka. You see billboards all around, all over New Orleans. I was in Hammond, Louisiana yesterday on U.S. Highway 51. There's Taka. The flavors of Taka, all their flavored vodkas. I know Seagram's is #1 in the United States, but Taka seems to be the leader of the pack in Louisiana. Well, you know, the headquarters of Sazerac is in New Orleans, Metairie, Louisiana now, but New Orleans. Their warehouses, their huge warehouse facilities on U.S. Highway 90, literally feet from New Orleans city limits. So they do promotions that you may not get in your area. The ice cubes are just basically, if you prefer it chilled or room temperature. I could take it both ways. It's fine to me. Well, I'm really impressed, because I was thinking, this is going to be garish, horrible, unpleasant, like in some ways like the Crystal Palace. Although I admit, the more I sipped on it, it did improve. I see the appeal of it. I mean, it has a following here. Crystal Palace definitely has a following, and that's an old brand from 1934. It's strange that this does not have a following, because it's better. It's mellower. But then you have to promote something. If you have a product and you do nothing to promote it, and you basically ensure that it does not exist, then how's it going to have a following? One day, 2018, 2019, something like that, I'd like to do the Fleischmann's that is sold here in the big bottles, but I might be able to. I got that Mathern's connection from just like, how do you get the Mathern's connection? You just ask them. I might, maybe I could get the Fleischmann's glass. So I think it's very good, and it's worth checking out. Is it great? Awesome. Is it even up to the Seagram standard? I don't believe that, but it's close. It has its own little set of attributes, and the mildness, the mellowness, even more than the mild. The mellowness is the key attribute. So that really just watered it out. But anyway, so thank you for watching this video production, this review of Crown Russe Gin. And if you've had it or you know anything about it, let me know. Thank you for watching this video production.